Hi, I'm George Ferguson, and I'm the instructor for BUS121 Introduction to Business. And I'd just like to say thank you and welcome to the class. Looking forward to having all of you here. If at any time you have a question and you want to get in touch with me, contact me anytime. You have my phone number, you have my email address. I'm always open to what it is that students might want. I try to get back to people just as quickly as I can. Normally, I'll get back to folks within the day. Um, Over the weekend, it could be a little bit later than that, but I normally get back to folks just as quickly as I can. What I'm going to do in this video is go over the expectations for the course, looking at the syllabus, looking at all of the sections within Canvas. So what we're going to do now is kind of go through everything and see what all is there. Now, when you log into Canvas and get into the course, you'll see this landing page here, and it has my contact information. Again, feel free to contact me anytime. When you get in, one of the first things you want to do at the beginning of the class is go to the Start Here. With the Start Here, you'll see, okay, this video that we have here, it also has how to make sure that you're connecting to Access, how you submit your assignments on Canvas, and how to participate in the various discussions. Make sure you go over and watch each of the videos that go along with that to make sure that you get a background and understand how to work things. Under instructor information, okay, here is some of my background, some of the things that I've done. Again, my contact information. Under announcements, you'll see each of the announcements that come up. Now, those announcements will also be at the top of the home landing page. And you can open up the announcement at any one point in time, see what it is that's there, what it is that they're saying. Now, let's go over the syllabus and see some of the things that's going to be required as far as the class is concerned. Looking at the syllabus here, you have contact information and all the stuff that goes with it, the course information. It's online. The textbook is online. It's one of the day one access texts, so you do have access to that right off the bat. You have the course description. What this course is really all about is getting an understanding as far as what business is really all about. And we're going to take a very shallow dive as far as what businesses are, how do you get them started, what are the finances that go along with it, how do you price your products, things like this. So you can see some of the objectives that we have here that go along with the class. Here's the information as far as the day one program. What you can do is get into day one, any one point in time. You have your access to the textbook right away. Now, the course requirements. The way the week works is it goes Monday through Sunday. And what we're doing is we're dividing the week into two pieces. Okay, so you have your A part of the week, which is going from Monday through Thursday. Then you have your second part of the week from Thursday to Sunday. So what we're doing is we have a little bit of overlap. The thing is, we're going to be hitting 2 chapters a week. And the first chapter for the week is going to be in the A session. The second chapter for the week is going to be in the B session. So A goes from Monday to Thursday. B goes from Thursday to Sunday. What you want to do each week for each of those sections, the A and the B, you read the assigned chapters and any videos that we have. Complete the quiz. There's going to be a quiz for each of the chapters. The whole idea behind the quiz is to get you to read the book, to read the chapter, and to reinforce some of the key points that are in the text. Complete a series of exercises or problems, which are at the back of each of those chapters, and then participate in online discussions. So that's the process that we'll be having throughout the week. You're going to have a quiz, 2 quizzes a week, one for each chapter. There is one series of problems and one discussion forum each week. So the quizzes, the way I do the quizzes is there are 10 multiple choice questions. And for the A session, you can do that quiz anytime between 9 o'clock Monday morning and midnight Thursday. For the B chapter, you can do that quiz anytime from 9 o'clock Thursday until midnight Sunday. The thing is, once you start a quiz, you have 10 minutes to finish it. So it's one of those things where you can go ahead and do it anytime within those time periods. The thing is, once you start, you have to finish. It has to be within 10 minutes. The reason why I do it that way is it gives people flexibility to do the quizzes and things when they want to do it. It tends to work better with people's schedules and things. We'll have discussion forums. So there's going to be a discussion forum, one forum for the week. And you need to make sure that you have the minimum on that is the initial post by Thursday and 3 significant responses to others' posts by Sunday. That's the minimum, which works out to be a C. Now, when I say the initial post, there's going to be a question, and what you do is you put in a very reasoned and possibly researched response to that question. And that's your initial post. Then the minimum of 3 significant responses. Significant, it means something other than gnarly post dude sort of thing. Bring in new information, bring in some other articles and things like that. Again, hitting the minimum of the initial post by Thursday, 3 responses by Sunday is a C. That's average. That's a C. To improve the grade, you get involved more, you get involved earlier. You'll see what I mean here in just a little bit. Each week you're going to have a mini paper, okay, 2 to 3 page paper answering your choice of questions, review questions at the end of each of the chapters. So you're going to have in the week 2 chapters. You choose which questions from those 2 chapters you want to answer for your mini paper. Again, 2 to 3 pages. We want to have it well written, complete for each of the answers and things like this. You'll see there's 7 of those. Each one's worth 10 points for a grand total of 70 points. Then you have your final reflection paper. In the last week, the only thing you're going to have going on is that final reflection. Here, you're talking about a 5 to 10 page paper where about 1/2 of the paper is, here are the key things that I learned, and be specific as far as what it was that you learned. And the other half is going to be, here is how I will use those learnings going forward. In other words, here's your action plan. And again, you want to be specific as far as what those actions are going to be. And one of the things I encourage students to do is ahead of time, send me a draft. Send me a draft of what it is that you're doing. And what I'll do is I'll give you feedback on how to fix it. Here are things that need to be added. Here's something that's missing. Probably take one of this part out. This part's perfect, that sort of thing. So what I want to do is I want to help you be efficient and effective as far as that final learning and actions paper is due, that reflection and action. So send me a draft ahead of time and I'll help you fix it. Now, don't send it to me on the next to last day before it's due. There ain't no way I'll be able to give you feedback at that point. Probably a week before it's due, I'll be able to give you feedback if you want to send me a draft. All assignments are due by the prescribed date. I do not accept late work. You have to make sure that you're keeping things on task, on time. If system goes down, you're not going to be penalized. All right, so we'll make adjustments for that. Expectations, I'll get back to you. It says within 48 hours. I normally do my best to get back to you within 24. Can't promise anything, but I'll definitely get back to you, hopefully within the day. Also, when it comes to things that you submit as far as homework and things that are graded, I do everything I can to get everything turned around within 24 to 48 hours so that you don't have to wait to see what your grade is going to be. Attendance, okay, well, you have to participate. So that's kind of the attendance aspect. You can see how the grades are going to be set up. You have 14 quizzes, 10 points each, 7 discussions, 1 a week, 7 mini papers, 1 a week, and then you have your final reflection. And then you can see how the points set up to the various grades. You need to check the JCC website as far as drops. You are bound by the code of conduct and the academic dishonesty and cheating pieces. ADA compliance. If you need help, if you need some sort of accommodation, make sure you get in touch with Access Services. You deserve it. We want to make sure you're successful. We do have counseling resources for those who might need to have some sort of counseling, and we do everything we can to make sure that you're safe as far as the campus is concerned. Now, the schedule. Again, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 2 chapters a week, and the way we set it up is you have your A session and your B session within each week, where you'll read over the chapter, and then you make sure you get the chapter quiz done. B session starts on Thursday. Read over the chapter, get the quiz done. Now, if you want to get the chapter read and things like that ahead of time, earlier in the week, go for it. The quiz opens up on Thursday morning. It needs to be finished by Sunday. A session quiz opens up on Monday morning. It needs to be done by Thursday midnight. So you'll see we'll talk about, kind of the overview as far as economics and risk taking and things. We'll talk about ethics. Ethics is very important when in business is concerned. Then you start thinking about, okay, let's look at this business. Let's form it. Talk about entrepreneurship. What is it that people are doing as far as starting businesses? Talking about management and leadership. What are we doing to lead those businesses? How do we structure the organization? What kind of structure are we going to use? Who's going to report to whom? What do we do to get people jazzed as far as their job is concerned? How do we find and keep the right people? And also, how do we get rid of the ones who aren't right? We'll talk about dealing with those management and employee issues. We'll talk about marketing our products and how do we price them. Then how do we get it out to the right folks? And then understand the accounting aspects and very basics as far as accounting is concerned, money and financial institutions, and then you have your final reflection paper. So that's the schedule that goes along with the class. Now, you can get to this syllabus anytime, right here at the syllabus. Now, all of the information and things you're going to be doing are under modules. So if you click on modules, you'll see that each week there are things to be done. Again, you can collapse all the modules or you can uncollapse them and things like that. So you have the module here. Open it up. You'll see for each week you're going to have instructions. There's going to be videos. You're going to have the PowerPoints that go along with the chapter and the videos. And then you have the chapter quiz to be done. You can see when that quiz is due. You have the discussion board. Then you have the B session. Here's the PowerPoints to go along with it. And you'll see the videos, the quiz, and then also the mini paper that's due at the end of the week. Each week follows that same pattern. So you have the pattern like this. If you look at instructions, each week there's going to be a page of instructions which says, okay, by Thursday, here are the things that need to happen. And then by Sunday, here are the things that need to happen. So what we've done with each of the sections, each of the modules, there's the instructions that shows what has to happen for the A session and the B session. Again, it's going to tell you exactly what needs to happen. Make sure you can almost use it as a checklist. Make sure all of those things get done. So each week you're going to have these modules that has that information. The one week that's going to be different is week 8. In week 8, if you look at the instructions, you'll see that everything is due by Friday. Now, week 8 is a short week. What we're doing is we're ending by Friday at this point. You read the chapter, watch the chapter lecture video. There is not a quiz for the week, and there is not a discussion board. The only deliverable for the week is writing your big 5 to 10 page reflection paper. So everything that you need to do is listed within the modules section. You can get to the quizzes. I see it's locked, but the thing is you'd be able to take the quiz at that point. You can get to the discussion board. Here's all the information that you need as far as the discussion, and you start making your replies. And the mini paper. For the mini paper, what you do is you type up your 2 to 3 page paper answering your choice of questions from the 2 chapters. Then what you do is you submit that assignment. Now, when you're submitting the assignment, it has to be a Word doc or a PDF. You cannot submit, if you're working with an Apple, you cannot submit a Pages document. It does not work well with Canvas. Apple stuff doesn't work well with anything but Apple stuff. So you also have your rubric as far as how the paper is going to be graded. You can see that there's content, how you write, and then how you make sure that you have edited that paper. In other words, there's no typos and things like that. I like to hold people accountable for their writing. We are judged by how well we communicate, and writing is a big part of that. So you'll see that there is the rubric that goes along with the writing aspect. There's also a rubric that goes along with the discussion board. If you look at the discussion board, and when you pull up your grades, you'll see, once you pull up the grades and once we have something in there, you'll see with a score, and it will also show you what the discussion board rubric scores were. So all of that is out there. So you can get to the discussions this way or from the modules. So here's each of the discussions. You can get to your grades at any one point in time. You can always see where it is that you stand as far as the class is concerned by going to the grades. Again, I do everything I can to get things turned around within 24 to 48 hours so you don't have to wait long to find out what it was that you did and how you scored. People are the people who are in the class at this point in time. You can get to your quizzes here. This is where you get to the online text. So those are the key points as far as the course is concerned. Again, one of the things I strongly suggest is you start here, go through the videos, make sure you go through the syllabus, you're familiar with what's happening there, and then just follow the instructions as far as the module is concerned. If you have questions, please feel free to give me a shout.